Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hitbox Challenger Face-Off number 2. This is the second best of 3 series of the day between the Meloncats and, of course, H2k Gaming. My name is Nature. Joining me for the second best of 3 of the evening is someone who's looking forward to this matchup. I know his name, of course, is Broken Shard.
Hey, how's it going? I've been really looking forward to this matchup because these both teams look like they're strong contenders to go very far in the expansion tournament, and this is the first time we'll see them go head-to-head. So it'd be really interesting to see how they fare against each other after some practice.
Yeah, we are already going to see the first couple of bands coming through here. Zed, Jace, Maokai, and Talon coming through. Talon is slightly surprising for me. Is this a targeted ban?
It is 100% target towards Abaria. Abaria is well known as an assassin player, but not necessarily just an assassin player. He's a Talon player. What's even more surprising, though, is the Zed Jace bans, which are all targeted towards Febiven, SSW Dog. Those are champions that he's very well known on to perform well. But basically, in a way, the only real target ban there was the Talon. Zed and Jace are pretty common bans. The Anivia, not so much, though.
Yeah, so Nar as the last ban here for H2k Gaming. Which is not too surprising because it has seen a 100% pick or ban rate up until this point. As we do see the first pick Lee Sin here for the Meloncats.
Yeah, the first pick Lee is a little bit concerning because Julius is really well known to play Jarvan. It's kind of considered his signature champion. A little bit concerning that he picks the Lee Sin. Maybe he's confident, but that'll leave J4 open for Amin, which is really good. Ari is open, which is also one of Febiven's signature champions. Be interesting to see what he picks here because he is purple side. They can save the mid pick for last. Could be useful, so they will go J4 Corki. It's fine.
Yeah, some really strong pickups right there.
They avoid the Lucian though. A lot of people, even though after the nerfs, seem to still really like to first pick Lucian, or early pick him at least, really early. Corki is he's kind of, in my opinion, scales harder when it comes to AoE damage, and has a lot of poke at his disposal.
Alright then, we do see the Aurelia being hovered over there at the moment for the Meloncats. Not too surprising, of course. Aurelia always a very strong pickup in a lot of situations. Abaria hovering over the Poppy. It is going to be a Poppy.
I'm pretty sure that might be a Phil pick.
Yeah.
I'm almost convinced that no one would blind pick it. Poppy is Nami, so they will go Aurelia Nami. Fairly, standard rotation. I like the Aurelia pick because Maokai is not in the equation. Mundo's still up. There are a lot of different champions that they can pick. So the Aurelia is probably going to have a very free matchup in the top lane. I like the Nami pick because it'll allow them to transition into picking a Lucian, have a really strong lane phase. And the Aurelia is a super good frontliner. Along with Lee Sin, they can do a lot to the backline. But picking a Janna like what H2k are doing here, it's probably going to hurt them a lot in the long run. Looks like they're going Rumble Janna, and I really like this rotation because it's common knowledge that Aurelia may beat Rumble on the 1v1, but early in lane phase, Rumble actually can punish the Aurelia, and in team fights, it's really hard to compare the two. Rumble just completely wins in team fights.
Sure, yeah. Right now, Craigie and Dude are looking to pick up the last champions for their team. They still need a mid laner and an AD carry, of course. We have seen some popularity for the Graves recently, so that may be something they pick up here. Dude looking to pick up the Xerath here, and Lucian always still available.
Yeah, the Xerath is something that I expected. Abaria, he's well known for his talent. I've seen him play Jace a couple times, but it wasn't those two champions, it was Xerath. You were talking a little bit about Graves, and the reason that Graves became popular was because he had a good lane phase against Lucian. And also, oh wow, the TF lock in. Talk about that in just a second. But the Graves has a good lane phase against Lucian, and at the same time, he's also really good against some popular picks like Rengar. Because when the Rengar jumps on you as a Graves, you can just pop him right in the face with your buckshot and collateral damage. He became really popular that way, and that's kind of why he's been picked a lot lately. But when you have Lucian on the table against the Corki, Graves actually does not do very well against Corki. Maybe in the early lane phase, but Corki just outscales the Graves way, way too hard.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we had a fill pick in the form of Poppy, which was meant to be a Nami, and because of that reason we are going to have a bit of a remake. While we do that, we're going to a quick commercial break. In the meantime, grab yourself something to drink, because the next couple of matches are going to be a couple of really, really good matches. Stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hitbox Challenger Face-Off, second best of 3 of the day. My name is Nature, joining me, Broken Shard, and it is H2k versus the Meloncats.
Meloncats, previously known as the Demon Logs, were the third place team in the ranked 5s ladder, meaning that they get the third seed of the EU West ranked teams. They had a pretty good showing in the ranked 5s, so they're definitely a team that has some potential to go far in the expansion tournament, and they're up against H2k, a team who fell kind of short in their relegation games versus Copenhagen Wolves, but it's only actually 3 out of 5 of that original roster. They have since replaced Trashy and AOD with Lulex and Voidal. However, Lulex is not going to be able to play today, so they're going to play with Amin, who was a high prospect to be the jungler for Super Hot Crew up until very recently.
You see a bit of poke going back and forth near that river, Febiven, with the name of SSW Dog, of course, picking the gold card, but not needing to use it in the end, and it seems like the peace and quiet has returned for now. Obviously, the map is littered with wards as far as that possible in the as that is possible in these early minutes, but doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of ensuing action beyond that.
Now it looks like everyone's just going to be settling into their normal lanes. Doesn't look like there will be a lane swap. We can talk a little bit about this TF pick because that's a bit unexpected. I haven't seen a TF in a while. I know Febiven really likes it, and it's got a decent matchup against Seraph. Though Seraph Abaria, forced to play on Seraph since Jace and Talon were both banned, Seraph being his last comfort pick, has a sort of a good matchup in lane, but in the roaming phases of the stage, TF and Jarvan could really punish that Seraph a little bit since he has no mobility. Though he is forced to take Cleanse, though, as you can see. The lane phase should be very comfortable for Febiven, who actually started with a Doran's Ring. Normally TFs like to start boots. The mobility is really good, especially against Seraph, who relies on landing only skill shots.
Understandable that you would take boots normally. However, he's already dealing lots of poke to Abaria. Picking out the blue cards, of course, to make sure Abaria doesn't get too close to those minions and forcing him, or at least trying to force him, to miss a bit of farm. Both of these guys going head-to-head fairly well up until now, but we'll wait a bit until we make a final judgment on any CS discrepancies. So far, Dude and Crikey, however I should pronounce that in the bottom lane.
Think Australian.
Yeah. Are pushing up, so they may be able to force that wave to hit the turret so far. However, it doesn't seem like it, as another wave has just reached the lane.
I'm actually really curious to see how Flaxus is going to play this lane. Most Aurelias actually max W in the top lane, but sometimes they max E in certain matchups. Matchups that you would max E in against ranged matchups would be someone like Gnar, maybe a Victor if you're playing against a Victor top. And what the E does is it allows you to burst magic damage and run for longer. However, against the Rumble, you could do both E max and W max. The W max will allow you to 1v1 the Rumble, whereas the E max allows you to escape and start ganks more. So it depends on if Flaxish and Julius coordinated between themselves. If Flaxish will start maxing E so that he could receive some Lee ganks in the top lane. Because Rumble does actually beat Aurelia at this stage of the game right now with the early push that we see going on here. But once Aurelia hits around level 8 or 9 with W max, level 12 with the Emax, she starts being able to 1v1 the Rumble. And that's going to be really hard because you can't split push versus the Aurelia anymore.
Ooh, good bubble there on towards Smurf in the bottom lane, really taking a bit of punishment. Not seeing that one coming to Yude, on point with his bubbles so far. Both junglers actually running into each other, spotting each other out. There are some wards here in the blue side jungle, so Gilius is going to be spotted here by one of those wards. They know he's going to head up towards that top side. They may abuse that knowledge. However, for now it seems like Amin's just sticking to his jungle. He is also heading towards the top side of the map.
So, while Jarvan is considered an early game jungler, he actually outscales Lee Sin in a lot of different ways, as a tank, as a damage dealer, in a lot of ways. So Amin doesn't actually really need to make plays on the map, as long as he can match Julius's movements. For team fights, the H2k team comp looks a lot better, and for the roaming stages of the game as well. But we see Julius actually walking through the jungle. He's still level 3, and he's looking to make a play on top lane. For Flaxus, who is maxing his E second, has 2 points in it now. So if he's going to make a gank, now's a great time to do it. The E is 1.25 seconds, and it looks like they're going in.
They're going in indeed. Stun comes down. There's your resonating strike and Sonic Wave. But here's the flag and drag to knock both of them up. Oduamna might be able to turn this one around. Gilius in trouble, but it doesn't matter. They pick up the kill. It is first blood for the Meloncats. Oh! And they pick up the double kill because of a failed flash.
Yeah, the E cooldown got reduced by a lot because he was maxing it first. And the damage was insane if you saw. Amin got stunned up there. A bit of a fail flash from him and a bad 2v2. That's 2 kills onto the Lee Sin, though. If Aurelia even got a single one of those kills, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But it's not that bad for Oduamne. Because if you take a look at the CS advantage, he's actually out-farming this Aurelia heavily. He's only got 35 CS, while Oduamne is just eating a wave now. So, while that was a really bad 2v2, the Rumble is still sort of fine in this top lane. But that's a fed Lee Sin, goes back, gets double longswords and a Spirit Stone. I'd be a little bit concerned right now if I was H2k, because that Lee Sin can start invading and dealing a lot of damage to that Jarvan in the jungle.
Craigie in the bottom lane could be in trouble. Here is your destiny, and Craigie is surely going to go down, but maybe not without a fight. Oh, so close to picking up a kill on Voido right there. Barely by the skin of his teeth. And meanwhile, on that top lane, Flaxish looking for a kill down towards Oduamna. Again, barely reaching the safety of his turret.
Wow. Flaxish actually managed to get a Sheen already. So remember when I said it wasn't that bad? It's actually really bad right now because that is a really, really fed Aurelia. She does a lot of damage. She did the all-in with what's the blade? Transcendent Blades. And that's kind of when Rumble needs to worry because he's not 6 yet. So now Oduamne under his turret needs to be very careful. The burst right now from the E auto is going to be insane, especially with He10 style, though he will hit 6, will be able to farm with the turret. And that's a great ultimate from Febiven in the bot lane. He knows that if he goes top, it's only going to just slightly delay the inevitable power spike of Aurelia. So instead he is looking to try to snowball the other lanes. So he forces Crikey to back before he can get a BF. He has a pickaxe compared to Hjarnen's Phage now. That bot lane for H2k is set up really, really well right now.
Yeah, H2k doing a great job indeed. But Gilius looking to come towards that top lane. Oduamna under his turret. Oh, the Sonic Wave doesn't quite connect, so there's no resonating strike. And they are forced to back off.
Great jukes from Oduamna. Uses his ultimate defensively. He's doing a really good job of remedying the disadvantage that he was given. Just letting the Doran's shield regen a bit, but he's really scared to get near these creeps because Flaxish's Transcendent Blades are now back up. He's in a position where he can get burst down from full to nothing. So Amin, top side of the map, just picked his red buff. I think we'll hit level 6 from these double golems. Yeah, he probably will hit level 6. He does. And this is a huge power spike for the Jarvan. He has a lot of burst with his Dragon's Rage and Cataclysm combo, especially for Flaxish, who doesn't have much armor. I would be very careful now because here he is on the top side of the map.
Whoop, and Cataclysm goes down. Flaxish is in a pile of trouble, but he may be able to turn this one around. Picks up Amin. He is so strong at the moment, but Oduamna is finally going to be able to finish him off. Gilly is now heading in towards the top lane. Again, Oduamna jukes the Sonic Wave, though.
I don't think Amin was ready for that burst damage. Like we saw, the Equilibrium Strike does so much magic damage. It's 240 magic damage. But here comes Julius for round 2. Kicks Oduamne. Oduamne might be in a lot of trouble here, but he kites it out. Flash from Julius gets that last auto. Good gank from him. He is now 3-0. But one thing we haven't talked about is how Febiven has total control over the mid lane. He's been running around. He made that gank onto bot lane. And he's playing TF against Seraph, who Seraph is not going to be able to roam around with the TF. So TF will be able to just push the lane and freely do as he pleases.
Yeah, he's indeed really doing a good job, and on top of that, he's now getting his blue buff, so he will be even more powerful in that mid lane. Obviously, Abaria already had his blue buff, so he is. It's going to be matched out against each other, and it's not going to be that much of a difference because both of them are going to be spamming skills. Meanwhile, we do see some defensive pings coming down on Amin, who was maybe looking to invade Gilius right there. He would have caught him out. But I'm not too sure he could fight.
Yeah, the Jarvan is actually much weaker at this point. Oh, there's the Destiny. Flax is in a lot of trouble. Stun comes out onto Febiven. He's getting burst down.
Yep, Flaxius picks up the kill there on towards Febvin. Not the best destiny you could have used right there. And now Flaxius is on the run, though. It is going to be perhaps a 1-for-1, but Flaxius is definitely putting up a good fight. He's trying to make a run for it. One more harpoon should do the trick. He dodges it. Flaxius now under his shirt. Flame Spitter comes out, and finally Odoamne picks up the kill. But that destiny, it was not
in the mid lane.
Perfect. And in the mid lane, Abaria picks up a kill.
Wow, they're doing a lot to try to get Flaxius down, but he's just turning these around, picking up kills. I want to say that H2k are getting something out of it, but really, they're just making Aurelia stronger. Yeah, Odoamne managed to pick up some kills, but he's never going to be able to 1v1 the Aurelia, who now has a Phage and a Sheen. So, this is not good for H2k. They're going to need to do something. Personally, I would have liked Febvin to keep going to that bot lane, punishing the Nami, who innately just doesn't have much escapes, but that mid lane is going to go down, and Abaria picking up a kill onto Amin, who's 0-3-1. That Jarvan is going to be paper thin.
Yeah, Abaria picking up the first turret for his team, which is ideal because you can blow up that map wide open, and that is going to enable them to perhaps invade a little bit more if they decide to do so. Now Gilius is going to be spotted out once more by that ward. They know where he is, may once again abuse that knowledge. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Smurf getting caught by a bit of a bubble. Oh, he turns so much damage around though, and Crikey is really not having the best of times here when it comes to trading.
Yes, but that trade actually can be good for Crikey if you can just keep healing Crikey up, but Narnan looks like he wants to back up, and that was a lot of burst coming out of the Corki, the Janna shield helping that. Once he gets his Sheen, that's going to be much more punishing, but Julius looking to set up something on the bot lane now. One thing to note is that Odoamne ends up getting all these buffs, the blue buff, the red buff that he had earlier, so maybe if he can do something in his top lane, it would be good. He's got his double pen items. Flaxius with only 58 MR is going to take a lot of punishment from this.
On the bottom lane, Gilly is going in, but he gets caught out by Armin. Rockets come through. They get the Cataclysm down. Finally, they get the shutdown on Armin. Monsoon comes through as well to heal Harjarnen up a bit more. Dude being forced to flash is going to be enough. It certainly doesn't seem like it. Double kill for Armin. Just walks out smooth as you like.
And here's the thing. Now, Armin picks up 2 kills, which is good. He's going to be able to come back into the game. Counter ganks. Julius gets the count. Oh my goodness. On top lane, though, Odoamne is in a lot of trouble. I think he's dead. No, here comes the Destiny, though. Samsung White Dog. Febvin is going to deal a lot of damage. Blackfish will go down. The stun coming up, but will he turn it? Odoamne picks up another kill. So I was just about to say how Febvin now has his Destiny and the summoners were used. He could make something happen. He ends up going top lane trying to pick up that kill, which is really good because he ended up really saving that Rumble from death there. H2k coming back all across the map. Looks like they want to try to take bottom, but not so much. Jarvan getting those kills is a bit unfortunate. I think if Corki got both those kills, he would have enough for Trinity Force, which would have been a huge power spike for H2k. But, you know, I'm not gonna complain. The Jarvan is now in a position where he's at equal strength with the Lee Sin. So he can actually fight him.
Actually, teleport coming in here. We did see Flaxius teleporting towards that bottom side of the map, going to try and initiate this dragon attempt here. Armin has got a ward in there, so they know this one's going on. Everyone is moving in for this one. Abaria always a little bit more to the side. Of course, Armin trying to do what he can. He's going to try and get in there. Doesn't manage to smite it, but Dude is going to go down. That's a double kill so far for Odoamne. They're now looking for his triple, and it is going to be Armin that picks up the third kill. 9-6. It's a dragon for 3 kills.
Compare the dragon to 3 kills, 2 of them going to Rumble. I'd say that was worth for H2k. The Rumble's in a position where he's so strong right now. His ultimate is going to be dealing so much damage. The thought behind the call was good because Rumble used his ult, CF used his ult, and innately Meloncats are stronger without those ults than H2k, but they took way too much damage from the poke, way too much damage from the dragon. And this could be really, really bad now because Yarnan has not backed yet. He's going to take out this bottom turret, pick up his Trinity Force, and that's when things are going to get really, really hard. He's going to start hitting like a truck, whereas Crikey doesn't even pick up his IE yet, let alone IE Shiv, which is the real power spike for Lucian. Even though Julius made some big plays around the map in the early game, right now I think that Meloncats are on the back foot.
Yeah, they may very well be. Ooh, actually, Febvin might.
Ooh, I like this a lot.
Here.
Ooh,
actually, we do see the Equalizer coming down. Flaxius is in all kinds of trouble. Gold card goes down. Odoamne tanks for a bit more. And Febvin cleans it up very, very nicely. But not if Gilius has anything to say about it. There's the Arcane Barrage. Double kill for Abaria. Or it's actually one for Abaria and one for Gilius. and they managed to turn it around.
Great play by Julius there, actually. Manages to pick up 2 kills for the dive on 1. That's a kill going to the TF, and I mean, TF has had a fairly good game right now. He's 20 CS behind, but I guess we're going to just call that because of the roaming. But Abaria, 2-0-1, 153 CS, has 2.5k gold in the bank. When Seraph gets big, he starts really hurting. So if Febiven can take this mid turret, it might be okay, the trade, because they got pressure around the map and they're pushing Irelia down. Irelia was 2-2 earlier, now she's 2-5. So Flaxish not doing so well with his lead. Seems like he's very easy to punish. Oh, Febiven, please don't greed for that. Yeah, he will get that turret very easily. Manages to run right out, and that's a, I would say that is worth. Overall, H2k kind of come out of that trade ahead.
Meanwhile, in that bottom lane, Yarnin's keeping up the pressure. Dude is waiting in the wings to defend his AD carry if needed. We did see Abaria in that top lane almost being able to take out that top lane outer turret. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do so because we did see Oduamna showing up just in time. But in a wave or two, we probably will see Flaxish picking that one up. In the meantime, Amin and Voidal rotating over towards that mid lane. Gilius and Dude are there, however, to defend if needed.
Yeah, Rumble looks like he's got his Seeker's Arm Guard, and that's kind of like the trifecta of important items for Rumble. The Haunting Guys, the Sork Boots, and the Arm Guard. Right now, he's hit like a point where I would say it's probably Rumble's biggest power spike in the game, when he has level 2 ultimate and the Sork Haunting Guys Seeker's combo. He's dealing a ton of damage, quite hard to kill to physical damage dealers, combined with the shield and the armor that he gets from Arm Guard. And just overall, he's a threat. And I like the swap that they did, sending Hjarnan to push the turret top, where they're just having Rumble farm the side lane so that he can keep getting his important teamfight items. Irelia has picked up her Trinity, and that's a big power spike as well. Considering how far behind she's got, I would say she needs maybe 3 or 4 more levels before she can really start punishing that Rumble and consistently beating him out 1v1. So giving Flaxish a side lane to farm is probably the best objective right now for the Meloncats. Stall the game out, ward up defensively, and let Flaxish farm sides, Abaria wave clear the mid lane, and Crikey to try to get his Shiv, because until he gets his Shiv, he is much weaker than this Corki.
10-8 at the moment. It is a 2,000 gold lead for H2k. Double sweep is going down. Bit of a miscommunication right there, probably. Amin and Febiven now invading, but they have been spotted out. Gilius is going to get a hold of Amin here, or is it Amin going to get a hold of Gilius? That is, of course, the question. It seems like Gilius will get out safely, and Hjarnan also making sure that he keeps on the pressure. It seems like no one really wants to fight at the moment.
Yeah, there's no real objective to fight for. The dragon is up in a minute and a half, and that's kind of where Meloncats are going to be strong, is if they manage to get a good Rumble ultimate, lots of poke coming in from the Corki, a nice Jarvan ultimate, TF coming in from the flanks. That's kind of what they want. They want chaos in team fights. Whereas Meloncats kind of want to disengage the team fights using the Nami, the Seraph to poke, and when it comes down to splitting them up and cleaning them up, that's when Irelia and Lucian are going to come in handy. The AoE damage comes in from Seraph to poke, and once they split up, Irelia chases one down, Lucian chases one down, and they mop it up. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, considering all the raw AoE damage that's coming out of the H2k team right here. You got TF, you got Rumble, you got Corki, Jarvan to lock them all in place, and Janna to disengage any team fight that they don't want to take. They seem to just have the better team comp overall.
Still a 2,000 gold lead. We might actually see the Lemoncats try and turn that one around with that dragon you just mentioned. It's coming up in another 30 seconds. Gilius is going to spot out this pink ward, and the Meloncats are trying at least to get a bit of vision control, deny the other team obviously some vision control. Destiny is up, so that is a huge tool when it comes to spotting out. Actually, it might not be a huge tool if he goes down here. He uses the ghost, but he goes down nonetheless on top of the flash. We do see the Rumble split pushing in the top lane, but with one man down, this may not be enough to contest this dragon, and they might get another. Voidal not going to get caught here. Actually, he may. A clean barrage goes down, but it's barely enough damage to take him down.
Nice wave and an E-flash from Abaria, but does not match pick him up. But that is a Drake up, ready to be taken. And I think that's going to be one going down for the Meloncats. Meanwhile, on top lane, though, Odamne looking to try to take this tower down, but it is a Rumble and forces the TP out of Flaxish, so that's a little something that they could take away from that.
They get a dragon. They defend their tower. Seems like the gold advantage that H2k had has now been closed out. So I'd say that obviously the Meloncats are for the most part back in this game. Gilius might get his blue buff contested here. Armin going to move in, and he will be able to get it in the end, which is really nice, but he just gets kicked back, uses the Cataclysm on towards Gilius. That is a lot of damage. Monsoon comes out, may not be enough to save Armin. Armin goes down. Now Flaxus forces the cancel on that TP, and Oduamda decides against following up.
That was a nice kick flash from Gilius, setting up another kill onto Armin. It seems that for every screw-up that Meloncats do, Gilius picks up with another huge play, and he really seems to be the real thing that's keeping the Meloncats in the game right now. Playing really, really well on his Lee Sin right now. Oh, Samsung Febevin gets caught out, taken very low, will get blown up by the team of Meloncats.
Crikey not having anything of it and sends Febevin straight to the death chamber. He had probably not realized that he was standing on a ward and was looking for a quick and easy pick. Unfortunately, he was standing on a ward, and it was the opposite where he was picked off. Now it is the Meloncats that are on the offensive here, looking for this tower. Armin, however, may be able to defend it, especially now that Hjarnen's here. Is going to try and chase down Crikey does get a pick up. That's a great equalizer from the side. Good knockback from Gilius. Now perhaps looking for a kill towards Hjarnen. Does dodge the Sonic Wave. And meanwhile in that top lane we do see Flaxus picking up that turret. And Meloncats disengage. Nice.
Nice disengage. I thought that Rumble open could have been a little bit slanted towards the retreat. But overall it was fine. Aggressive play coming in from H2k. EQ goes up to Gilius though. Has to ward jump out. I'm doing a lot of damage, and H2k getting a lot of wards in the jungle. They are not giving this fight up. Gilius lands a Q onto Amin. Hjarnen's doing a lot of damage. That Corki hitting a huge power spike with a BF sword on top of the Trinity. Smite comes out of Gilius, manages to take it and run away, but here's Flaxus, the Aurelia, chasing him away. And I would say that's a failed invade. That's a nice smite from Gilius, taking that out of Amin's grasp.
Nice smite indeed. Oduamne in that top lane, however, is now giving the Meloncats a bit of their own medicine, trying to push out that top lane. Flaxus, however, is going to have a say in this as well, trying to do as much damage on towards Oduamne as he can, and he's really bringing him down very, very low. No equalizer available, but he manages to get out safely nonetheless. Flaxus did force him back though, so that is pretty nice for the Meloncats.
Yeah, that Flaxus is now hitting a power spike with the Trinity Force, and he's about to have a max W, so split pushing is going to be the name of the game for him right now. No one on the team of H2k will be able to stop him, but as an Hourglass picked up for TF. But if you compare the items of the Seraph to the TF is way further behind.
Gilius and Dude in that mid lane, making sure that one is pushed up as well. We do see Crikey in that bottom lane also pushing. He'll probably be able to get some damage down on that turret if he is fast enough, and he's certainly trying to do so. He's heading towards it. Hjarnen and Amin, however, are also going to try and stop him here. Are they going to be on time? It seems like they are barely going to save that turret. So it's a really close one, and it will probably go down in one.
But you kind of wish that denying turrets was allowed in League of Legends, because that is going to go down. Someone's going to sneeze on it and it'll go down. But Flaxus walks on for the pink ward. Hjarnen's going to be warned of it. Has his Bloodthirster along with the Trinity Force right now. No Sork Boots. That Corki is going to hit really hard, but only for physical damage. Not so much magic damage at this point since he's got no Sork Boots, but I don't think he really needs that. When you have a Rumble and a TF on your team, magic damage is not something that you lack. Both those champions do insane amounts of magic damage, even if they're a bit behind.
We do now see the Meloncats heading over towards that mid lane. They are they would want to stop Febevin's push that he was executing right there. Obviously, he can kind of split push indefinitely as long as his destiny is available, and of course as long as he has the necessary vision control, because a gank is also something you are quite prone to when split pushing. Armin may have been getting caught here, but uses a quick flag and drag to get out. Febevin taking quite a bit of damage. Arcane Barrage comes through. 1, 2, 3. Oh no!
He's dead.
Ah, he's still dead though. Good try. Unfortunately though, they had the follow-up.
That was a really nice chase down by Crikey with the culling. Managed to do a lot of damage there. And Abaria with a great arcane barrage, potentially 3 hitting had he not hourglassed that last one. Oh, Manuel bot lane though, Hjarnan gonna get stunned on the turret. Nothing happens to him, but the Meloncats are just taking control of this game, pushing out all the lanes, doing so much damage from afar. Julius going in though.
So deep at the moment. Equalizer comes through. So we do see the Zhonya's Hourglass being used by Odwamna. It's a lot of poke out of the Xerath here, of course. Gilius now being chased down by Odwamna. He's doing a lot of damage, being forced to flash in the end, trying to make it out alive. Odwamna gets stunned up, loses so much health. He now has 30 health remaining, and he makes it out by some kind of miracle.
It just seems that Demon Logs come out with these insane plays and come out just by the skin on their teeth. Taking every advantage and giving nothing back. 12-10 is the scoreline, but I don't think that really dictates just how far ahead the Demon Logs are. Even though they're ahead 2k gold, they play like they own the map.
Yeah, they definitely do. We do now see Odwamna heading back towards his top lane, his natural habitat, if you will. And he'll try and do some more split pushing, perhaps. Start off with those double golems. But Gilius has started to move in the H2k jungle so far. Starting off with that red buff. Amin may want to do something about it. Odwamna is there to help him out, but so is the rest of the Meloncats team, and they finally managed to secure that one for Crikey.
That was a really, really good steal, giving that over to the Lucian, who's, as I was talking about earlier, Lucian's real power spike is when he gets IE plus his second item. He kind of hits 2 power spikes in the game. I think the ones that really are worth talking about is when he gets his BF sword in lane phase, and then when he picks up IE and his second item. That's when he really starts hurting. Lucian's got IE Shiv, and even though that he's got those items and he's power spiking, Corki right now for Hjarnan has a Bloodthirster Trinity Force and another BF sword, so he's completely skipping the Sork boots and going for a very AD centric build. Might pick those up later in the game, but like I said earlier, double AP Sork boots are not as necessary. He's going to be hitting a lot. I think what H2k really need to do is play around Hjarnan and how fed he is, let him get his IE, and once he gets his IE, really start killing. Because no one on the team of Demon Logs, sorry, Meloncats, actually have any armor. Oh, Amin used his Q already, so he will be forced to flash out. Julius coming in, does not have his flash, but he has his kick. I'm not sure why he didn't go in on that, but Amin has to get out of there. Take out the red buff, though.
Illy is going really far on that resonating strike. Fortunately, though, he had the backup. Uses another Sonic Wave. This time he has no follow-up, unfortunately. They'll be trying to move into this jungle once again. Febivan trying to scout out. Everyone is a bit careful here. So we do now see a little bit of denial of the H2k vision control. Gilly is now moving in towards that top lane. Febivan could be in trouble here. Uses the gold card, gets knocked up nonetheless, and here's the knockup from Amin. There's the rest of the team. Monsoon comes out, and Gilius just gets deleted. We do see a arcane barrage coming through. We might see Dog going down. However, here's the Destiny. Crikey could be in trouble as well. There's the Destiny port, and Crikey, no, uses the Zhonya's Hourglass. Is it going to be Crikey going down? No, he doesn't go down. Dodges everything. Crikey still being chased down here. Amin surely going to try and chase him down, and finally he manages to pick up the kill. But Abaria isn't done with him just yet. Tries to close in from the side, and they decide to give up. In the end, it's a 3-for-3.
This game is so messy. People are team fighting really poorly. I mean, it's exciting, but the team fights are kind of cringy. Julius kind of goes in alone, gets popped over there by the inner turret. Odwamna running right into the bubble and dying. Tebevin coming in with Destiny without a card locked, has the Hourglass, ends up dying for free. Just a little bit messy, but I want to say that that fight was actually won by a particular team, but it was not. It was 3-for-3, but kills did not go onto Hjarnan there. He did not manage to pick up many kills. Ended up having to back with not enough gold, picks up Sork Boots. Next item, almost 100% will be an Infinity Edge. He really needs to pick that up so he can start really bursting people down. Crikey got his 3 items. Got IE, Shiv, and Last Whisper, so in an actual 1v1, He lacks the lifesteal to duel the Corgi, but overall, I think that the Lucian's going to be pumping up a little bit more damage.
Now, once again, the Meloncats trying to wrestle control over this Baron area. Both of the teams, however, are very, very close to it, so it's either going to be a bait or just a straight-up fight, but I don't think the Meloncats actually want to fight this, but Yarnan needs to be safe. He does not want to get caught. Gold card comes out of Febiven. Meanwhile, Amin gets a hold of Crikey and Diud. He loses a lot of damage, and Crikey will go down. Monsoon comes through. Gilius kicks back Voidal. It is going to be Voidal going down, but this is a good fight for H2k. We do see Febiven using that Zoya's Hourglass. Double kill so far for Yarnan. Doesn't quite get a triple, but it will be once again. Oh! No, the Arcane Barrage to pick up Amin in the end.
Febiven coming in from the backside, going in for that stun card. Very well played, manages to pick up the Nami, but nice snipes from Abaria, who's been playing relatively well this game. 5-0-4, 320 CS, has so many items right now, so much damage, will have Hourglass, and this Seraph, he's going to be a problem, and with his cleanse, he's fairly safe. Crikey, though, something that I've noticed is that his positioning is not that great. He ends up getting picked off and killed by Amin and Odoamne, which actually should have been a fight won by the Meloncats, because both carries of H2k were being zoned out by the jungler and the top lane. So I'm a little bit concerned that they lost that fight, but it seems though even though they are ahead, their team fighting has much to be desired. And I'm just concerned for them once Corki starts picking up more items, that he'll just shred to their entire team if they can't really get to him.
And this game is still so close. It's only a 1,000 gold lead here for the Meloncats, and they might actually be able to close that one out if they kill Gilius here. Ooh, luckily they decide to not follow up on that one. Good bubble from Diud to zone them away. Yeah. But as I was saying, it is still really close. So this is pretty much still anyone's game at this point. And with Dragon coming up in another second or so, and Baron still available since it has been the whole game, it is probably going to be explosive until the bitter end.
Look at the damage that Odano is putting out. He's got triple pen items with an Hourglass. I don't think he'll pick up an Abyssal right now. Next item would either be a Liandry's or maybe a Death Cap if he really wants more damage. But he's doing so much damage right now with the Void Staff. Even though that there's MR picked up on the side of the Meloncats, the Void Staff is ripping through that. And once he gets Liandry's, he will be able to make quick work of Julius and the Irelia, who are both quite tanky at this point. No IE picked up for Corki yet. Should have it relatively soon. He actually has enough gold for it, so I'd like to see him make a back right now to pick that up. That is a very big spike. No armor again. No armor still on the side of the Meloncats. Guy with the most armor is actually the Seraph with 126, more than Aurelia's 75 or Lee Sin's 81.
Oh, nice actually, Equalizer coming through here. Here's a Destiny being used as well. Let's see if they manage to pick up someone from the side. Gilius is definitely secluded here. Does manage to use that safeguard to the side. Flash is now taking a lot of damage. Sonya's Hourglass being used right there by Odoamne. They managed to force off the Meloncats, but luckily for the Meloncats themselves, they did not lose anyone in that fight. Actually, Arcane Barrage coming through. One more hit should do it, but Odoamne makes it out safely. And they may not be done here just yet, however.
This is good for Meloncats.
Trying to make a run for it.
They disengage the ultimates from H2k, and they're much stronger right now without those ultimates. They could maybe pick up a fight. Abaria does so much damage, but no, they will go for the Baron. This could be very risky. No one has armor on the side of Meloncats. They will be shredded by this Baron buff.
It's going to go down very fast though. Amin, Voidal, and Yarnan alongside Odoamne are going to move in here. Actually, Flash is getting caught right there. Albaria from the side trying to do as much as he can. Odoamne moving in. It is a 5 versus 5 situation once again. But the Meloncats are completely split off here. Flash is stunning up. Yarnan picks up Diud from the side, and now Flash is also going to get secluded from the rest of his team. Gilius being chased down. Yarnan will be able to pick up that kill. Flaxus goes down on the side. Yarnan makes it out alive, picks himself up a double kill. It's a 4 for 0 and a Baron for H2k.
They will have to try to take this Baron with Abaria on the side. Does not have much mana. 10 seconds to his Arcane Barrage. Odoamne is going to have to play Guardian here, trying to push out Abaria, but he's really strong. That was a great team fight. Yarnan with superb positioning, coming in from behind, forcing everybody to turn on here. Here comes the Arcane Barrage. One out. Where's the other two? Oh, he gets jumped on! Oh, no! Picks him up. That is an ace and a Baron. H2k pulling out every advantage there.
H2k picking up everything indeed. He was probably, or at least I was not paying attention to what was happening nearby. I was only focusing on that Baron. Maybe the same for him. And they are now switching their focus towards the Dragon. They're going to get themselves an ace, a Baron, and a Dragon. And perhaps even more, hopefully even more for them, as they are now going to make a back.
Take a look at how much gold Yarnan has in his bank right now. He's got near 4k gold. He can back pick up his IE and a Last Whisper. He's so he's so fed right now, doing tons of damage. Still has both summoners. The problem now is that H2k have no real consistent way to siege the base of the Meloncats, so they will have to resort to either diving, which is in itself very risky, or split pushing, which they can do. TF has the items right now. Though Irelia could still probably kill TF. TF could kite him away. It'd be very interesting to see now how H2k are going to try to end this game. They've got the items, they've got the gold. Now it's just up to how the gates are going to open.
The Meloncats desperately trying to hold on here to their turrets. Definitely do not want to lose any of them. May be able to afford some sacrifices, but obviously you would not want to sacrifice too many turrets here. Yarnan picking up some of those rates as well. Actually, Almin may be out of position. Flag and Drag will put him into a safe spot. Febiven moving up towards that bottom lane. He'll have the Destiny available to rejoin his team when needed, and he will be able to spread out that pressure they need to probably pick up at least a couple of turrets.
Yeah, that looks like I said, the Abaria wave clear is insane, but Yarnan hunting down Crikey. Crikey does not notice, and look at his damage out of Crikey. There's 3 shots that Lucian with his 4 items, and that's one of the most important people for the Meloncats down. And now a dive is exactly where I see it happening. TF pushing out, will flank with his ultimate, and they will dive this turret and probably end the game in the next 2 minutes or minute. Jumping in from Yarnan, look at Abaria.
Next focus equalizer goes down. Destiny being used. They pick up Abaria. Amin looking for more now. Gilius being knocked back by the Monsoon. That's another kill here for H2k. On the backside, Flash is all alone. Yarnan picks up him. He is completely legendary at the moment. They pick up the inhibitor, and this is surely going to be game for H2k. They are switching their focus to the Nexus turrets. Everyone except Dude is in their death chambers, and H2k pick up the first victory in this series.
Yarnan coming in big. The only lane to come out of the lane phase ahead ends up winning the game, and Flaxish crying tears of sadness with his 5 tiers fully stacked in the base. Wow.
What a game that was. But it is only the first game in this series, ladies and gentlemen, so that means we have more to come. Stick around for more League of Legends action here on Hitbox. We'll be right back.